are going to do the Solar Plexus Chakra Healing Spread. I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the Solar Plexus because I didn't know a lot about chakras when I first started awakening, and I didn't realize how connected everything really was. So the Solar Plexus is in your stomach. The Solar Plexus rules over your inner knowledge, your power, and your discipline. So like an affirmation for Solar Plexus is actually, I feel my own power. Physically, your Solar Plexus rules over your digestion and your metabolism. If you want to balance your Solar Plexus and you have some essential oils, some of the essential oils that are Solar Plexus oils are fennel, sandalwood, juniper, lemon, and grapefruit. And then some of the stones are pyrite, citron, this is a giant citron stone right here. Which citron is also the money stone. And I was hanging up one of my dream catchers and one of the feathers fell off, but it was a yellow feather, so I figured that we would put it here with your reading. Tiger's eye and amber. And then if you guys are into yoga, if you want to just kind of like work on your solar plexus, the yoga is a really good way to get your chakras aligned. So boat pose and plank pose, like plank, the one you work out, that's really good for your solar plexus. So a lot of people, know if they feel out of balance, but they don't know the specifics to which chakra. So I just wanted to run through what a balanced solar plexus is versus an unbalanced solar plexus. So balanced solar plexus, you have like a sense of empowerment. You're confident, you've got self-love, you're doing self-love activities, you're actively working towards life purpose, you're motivated, you're at peace with where you are in life. You take responsibility for your decisions, for what you say, for how you make other people feel. You have improved digestion. I know this might be making you guys awkward. And then you have like a really healthy immune system. Just things are, there's a flow to things within your body. An unbalanced solar plexus can be low self-esteem, low confidence, no sense of purpose, like kind of feeling like you're just aimlessly like wandering, getting up to work, to go to bed, that's all you're doing, and it's got you very unmotivated. There's probably a lot of pent-up anger, anxiety, insecurity is huge with a out of balance solar plexus, low metabolism, fatigue, poor digestion, and then there's like liver problems, and then people when they're depressed, a lot of people drink, so that plays into the liver, so that's actually playing into the lack of balance in the solar plexus. So like some really easy ways to try to fix your solar plexus or kind of rebalance it: color therapy, eating yellow, wearing yellow. If you meditate and you visualize warm yellow energy all around your body while you're meditating. And then the sound therapy for the solar plexus is 320, which means that this sacral chakra was 322. I remember being weird about that. And also being around fire is really good. So if you can be an actual fire, awesome. But if you can't, just meditate with candles around you. And yeah, so I just I really wanted to provide a little more information than just like the card reading. For whatever reason, I'm being guided to give more information than less. So I'm always going to include when the reading starts, because I'm noticing that the intro videos of mine are getting longer, but Spirit is telling me to, and as I looked up at the clock, it's 3:22 a.m. and it was 22 at 22 seconds, so apparently, and then I looked here, it's 33. So I'm doing what they want. I'm following suit. But yeah, if you guys are still here, here's the reading, and I hope that we can get things balanced. Hey Cancer, how are you doing? So tonight we're going to be doing your solar plexus balancing chakra spread. So let's see what we have in store for you today. Hi, it's my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, and my ancestors. Please allow me to set my ego aside so that I become a conduit for unconditional love and higher messages for all of those people that I may be reading for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody's saucy right now, sorry guys. I just have to look at her and she starts to bark where I have the phone. Alright, so the first card is going to represent your solar plexus. What is Cancer's solar plexus like right now, please? So fun to tease when she gets all sassy like this. She's Sagittarius. Birthday is December 7th and she is quite sassy. Alright, so you guys are feeling a little disconnected from self. There's an emphasis on needing to take time to see things a little bit more clearly. Sorry guys. Just need to see things, take time out so that you can see things more clearly. There's a bunch of different colors here and I've never seen it like this before, but I'm viewing it as like a bunch of different things coming at you at once. Excuse me, jeez. How can Cancer better use their logic to balance their solar plexus, please? Yeah, you're disconnected from the higher self and from your guides and the higher realms right now. And they're wanting you to expand your mind a little bit from what you normally allow in, what you're looking at, change your view. Getting social media too. I know sometimes when I get bored I get on social media and then I find myself looking at low vibing things and then I find myself like in a bad mood for a couple days afterwards. So it's really important right now not to fall into that. And then if you are, on social media or something like that, or in a group of people where it's making you feel or draining you or whatever, there's a need to discern where that draining is coming from and to patch it up, like spiritual patch up there, like by either cutting it out, cutting what you're looking at out, whatever it is that you need to do so that this disconnect can finally come together, because you're seeing things kind of skewed. It's the best way that Cancer can become more proactive in balancing their solar plexus, please. You gotta take a break from work. Slow down. Like I said, take time to connect. There's a huge need to step away from the material 3D world and expand into your heart chakra, into your higher self, and start listening to what your higher self is telling you and directing you to. It's the best way for Cancer to balance this chakra, please. Every single one of these have been upside down too. You've got to let go of your facade of what you're working towards or working on, working with. It's like you're in the clouds, like you're up in the clouds. And this facade that you're letting kind of run your 3D by this ideal, you're going into this mode of working overly working. Or maybe it's not so much working if you're not working. You know, I'm not even going to try to do it, okay? People that are supposed to see this message are supposed to see the message. I'm not going to do that. You're working too much. Whether it's work or on other people, and they could be working on other people too. But it's causing you to be disconnected with self. And you're in the clouds about how things really are. You've got to let yourself start seeing things clearly. You have to slow down. There's a need to close your eyes and meditate. Like, that's, if I've ever gotten a reading like it's like meditate, this would be it. Like, working so much has you in a facade. And it will be like that, you know, like before I came into doing this the way I am, which really wasn't that long ago, I was working, you know, I created content, and I was creating and filming 5 to 10 videos a day and putting them out the next day, you know, and that, if anyone knows anything about content and working with content, that was an unheard of amount of work, and it wasn't a lot of work for me. It was just what I did to bury things that I didn't want to deal with. There was a lot of things I wasn't trying to deal with. It was much easier for me to work, and I enjoyed work, you know, but it did create this type of dynamic for me as well, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one that can relate to this, because this isn't my sign, but I can relate to this most definitely, not currently, but feeling disconnected, diving into work, following that facade that this is gonna make me happy, you know, when it's just day in, day out, the same bullshit. You know, there's nothing really to look forward to, and as human souls, we need that, you know? So what's gonna be the result of, okay, I don't know when that popped out, but whatever. What's gonna be the result of Cancer balancing this chakra, please? Like, there's like a pretty much I want to say every reading's had at least one card that another reading has had. So overall, there's like a collective energy that's happening. And a lot of the collective is waking up at different like times. But what's going to happen when you stop working so much and you let go of this facade and you connect with yourself? This to me is always like the card of connecting. So here would be like your mind, right? And here's your mind expanding and connecting to source. Connecting to your higher self. Literally, expansion. Your mind expanding, okay? Like, that's what's happening here. So when you can step out of work, let yourself breathe, step out of the facade that you need to be there, 75 days or 75 hours a week, or you know, whatever the hell, how many hours you're fucking working, because I was working more hours than I was sleeping, that's for sure. It was easy 16, 17 hours a day every day, and it wasn't like, oh, I gotta go to work. It was just I was burying myself in work. Like, the more content I produced, the more money I would make, you know, obviously, no brainer, make more content. But it wasn't good for me. And I fell into this similar type of thing where I was disconnected, and that causes all kinds of other problems for us. So there's definitely a need to slow down and meditate. Let's get a Sacred Geometry Oracle deck for Cancer, please. I don't know what's going on with my car. Come on, man. A lot of tech likes to do that sometimes. Alright, so let's do one card for Cancer, please. Alright, just like that. Compassion. Yeah, definitely. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into our world. Hi! So unconditional love can flow through our heart and into the world. These are not even the same cards, okay? I love how they'll do that. They're sneaky, aren't they? They're sneaky, sneaky. Okay, this is number 15. The word compassion derives from the Latin words com, meaning with or together, and pad thai, meaning to suffer. So compassion can be described as the act of sharing in or being with another's struggle or suffering. Oftentimes, it includes the desire to alleviate this discomfort through benevolent action, sensitive understanding, and warm support. Compassion holds the highest energy of all human emotions. It is at the center of the multidimensional communication between the human being and his or her higher self. And this communication is exclusive to humans, who have the unique capability to feel emotion that is rooted in their connection to Source. Human emotion can also shift reality. Let me read that again. Human emotion can also shift reality. We can choose to move into an emotion, and with that, shift the reality we are thinking. We can choose to move into an emotion, and with that, shift the reality we are experiencing. Wow. That's intense. When we reach an inner state of balance based on wisdom and maturity, and when we feel empathy without attachment to our own projection or expectation, compassion easily flows from our heart to others, to our planet, and to ourselves. The frequency of compassion reminds us that each one of us walks a unique and individual path in life, and that we create this reality based on the emotions and experiences we choose for ourselves. The greens represent a heart that is open so that love and compassion can flow freely, without restraints. The turquoise symbolizes, sorry guys, usually don't have problems like this. The turquoise symbolizes the high heart, the place where the energies from the heart and those from the throat merge into loving expression of truth. The water in the background indicates the emotional plane. 6 shining flowers epitomize the light that is generated by the compassion that flows from an open heart. The number 6 is associated with love and relationships, harmony and balance. The flower in the middle represents the core of our being and our connection to Source. The colorful flower at the top is our shining expression on earth when the connection is solid and deeply rooted within ourselves. Sorry guys, I can't sit still on this bowl. So let me just show you this card without moving. It's really beautiful. Alright, and we're going to do a Goddess Power Oracle card next. I just looked at the clock. It's 14 at 14 seconds. I don't know if 14 means anything to you guys. Alright, give me a card for Cancer, please. Buddy, are you okay? Slip through my hands. Alright, so we got Iris communication. Clarity and communication is called for, as your words will have great impact on others right now. It's a wonderful time to start writing that book, telling new stories, and sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others. You have everyone's ear, so choose your message wisely. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you. So get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. Just remember to stay open and be clear about expressing your deepest desires, always speaking with integrity, kindness, and respect for yourself and others. The Greek messenger goddess Iris is thrilled to help your words take flight. Communication improves in all your relationships when she comes to visit. Most important, however, Iris reminds you that communication you have with the universe, you are in a mutual dialogue, and now is the time to pay attention to the signs and omens in your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication. It will never lead you astray when you listen and act accordingly. So there is an emphasis again on communicating with your spirit guides and with yourself, more so than communicating with others, but clearly communicating with yourself is what I got from that. All right, Cancer, I hope that this helped you guys. Have a wonderful day. Namaslay.